Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth episode of TRİBE Tips. Guys, we are a month in. This officially makes it a month since we started TRİBE Tips, and I'm so freaking excited. So thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, commenting, asking questions, for all the feedback I've been getting in person and online. I totally appreciate it, and it's definitely motivating me to continue going. So thank you. I'm so excited to see like what this could grow into. As we all know, TRİBE Tips is a weekly series where I come, I share whatever information I've learned during my time within the dance industry and, moving forward. So we just exchange knowledge, start a conversation so we can better help one another create long-lasting careers within the African entertainment industry. So today's video is basically gonna touch on, are you a dancer or a choreographer? Why I decided to do this, and these topics are revealed to me like pretty last minute, and I do have to take time to think about what topic I want to touch on each week. But over the past month, I'd always been putting like the question sticker in my stories so people can ask like the questions. And one thing I noticed that was coming up all the time is that a lot of dancers were asking, how do you create viral choreography? How do you create good choreography? What are the steps, Izzy, you take to create your choreography? How do you get over choreographer's block? How do you create? So a lot of people were asking these questions. So I decided, okay, today is going to be the day where we're going to be honest with ourselves. We are going to decide to be honest with ourselves. Within the African industry, there's something that happens where the job occupation of both choreographer and dancer is merged into one, when they're totally two different things. A lot of Afro dancers, because majority of us are utilizing social media, find themselves in a position where they are both dancer and choreographer, and they do not know that these are two different job descriptions, right? Just because you're a dancer does not make you a choreographer. And just because you're a choreographer does not automatically make you a good dancer. Well, a choreographer is supposed to be trained and skilled, but there's sometimes where the people who create choreography and their choreography looks better on other dancers than it does on them, right? Cool. Now, a choreographer should be a trained and skilled dancer in whatever field that they are choreographing in. Cool. So I'm just going to back these up with some definitions because your girl always got the definitions. Cool. So at first I wanted to define what dance is. Dance is considered a performing art. Now, the definition of a performing art is any form of creative activity that are performed in front of an audience, such as drama, music, and dance. Cool. So I also said, what is the definition of a dancer? And the loose definition I found was a dancer is anyone who likes to dance for fun, pleasure, or as a job. So I took it a step further and I said, what is the definition of a professional dancer, right? And the definition that I got for that was a professional dancer is a person trained and skilled with qualifications in a specific form of dance, a variety of dances, who is employed in a professional capacity to perform in a variety of settings. A person trained and skilled in a form of dance or dances, employed professionally to perform in a variety of settings, like your stages, your theaters, your shows, your films, your music videos, etc. So you have to be trained and skilled in a specific form of dance or forms of dances, and you have to be employed in a professional capacity. Now, what's the definition of professional? Anything related or connected to a profession. It is your job. You have been trained and skilled to become a professional performer of dance. Does that make sense? That's what makes you a professional dancer. So if you're somebody who just loves to dance in your room, in front of your mirror, in front of your friends, maybe on Thriller or stuff like that, you're not a professional dancer and that's all you do, meaning you, because I still dance in my room, but if that's all you do and that is the only outlet or the only way you actually perform dance, you are not considered a professional dancer. Cool? Now, with that being said, let's also define what a choreographer is, because like I said, within the Afro industry, because that's the industry that I'm in, maybe this also happens in other industries. A lot of the time, not all the time, a lot of the time, when someone hires a dancer, they are assuming that that dancer will also choreograph, which also happens majority of the time. They pay you, hey, I want to hire you as a dancer, and they automatically assume that choreography comes with that, when being a choreographer and a dancer are two separate things. A choreographer is a person who composes the sequence of steps and moves for a performance of dance. A choreographer creates dances that are original and develop different interpretations of existing dances. They are creative in the design and techniques used and often are directing dancers. You feel what I'm saying? They are often directing dancers. Two different descriptions. The choreographer directs the dancer and performers in their everyday occupation. They invent, they direct, and they teach routines for various performances or auditions. So, a choreographer can also be a professional, has to actually be a professional dancer, because if you're not trained and skilled in the styles, or how can you choreograph something you're not trained and skilled in? So a choreographer must be a professional dancer. However, a professional dancer does not necessarily have to be a choreographer. Cool? There are a lot of professional dancers in a lot of different dance industries that are literally killing it. They can go into any class, any choreographer's class, and kill their choreography, but they themselves cannot create choreography that's substantial. Choreographing is not their strong suit, right? There are a lot of dancers, even within the Afro industry, and I do have these conversations with a lot of dancers, because we're on the social media tip where people pay you to make like dance videos, right? To their music, you find yourself having to choreograph, but then you find that the quality of your work or the following is reducing over a period of time, or you find yourself not growing because the quality of content you're putting out is not at the level that it should be, because you're not a choreographer. There are dancers I literally tell, I'm like, yo, maybe I think you're a very strong performer. I think you're a very strong dancer. So maybe your content should be you attending other choreographers' classes, killing the routine that you are taught. And that will be the content that you post on your page. Not every dancer is a choreographer. Cool? We can even take it a step further. Not every choreographer is an instructor. Cool? Now, the job descriptions for choreographers and instructors may overlap, but they're still completely different things. A dance instructor is the one who trains a dancer or dancers, right? Because you can even find where like they're dance instructors in schools, right? So let's say they're having like a recital, or like the dance instructor has trained these kids, and now it's time for competition season. They would hire a choreographer to come in. A dance instructor is someone who breaks down the technique, of a style of dance or dances. A choreographer is someone who takes those techniques and existing dances and creates a new, different, innovative, creative sequence to create a piece to be performed. Completely different things. A dancer does not have to be a choreographer. Being a professional dancer does not automatically make you a choreographer. Being a choreographer does not automatically make you a dance instructor. Cool? There are a lot of dancers. So here's another breakdown that I like to work through in my head. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to pose a question to you guys, and you guys answer this in the comment section, right? I feel like, yes, there are people who like to dance for fun. Like those people who dance at parties, you know, they groove, they vibe, they're cool, right? Now, when we go into take it a step further, they're what we like to call the raw dancers with the raw talent, and it's just like in them. And majority of these time, these raw dancers are considered the dancers on the street dancers, right? There are some raw dancers who cannot perform in a team. Meaning, if you put them in a team setting, they will always stand out, and not in a good way. They do not know how to be uniformed and strip away their individuality to be in a team. That's a whole different, skill, right? There are dancers who can't, freestyle dancers who can't learn someone else's choreography. So I like to call them freestyle dancers. Majority of the time, these are dancers who are raw. Like, give them any beat, they can kill it. But the moment you try to teach them choreography, or you tell them to create choreography, they falter. Or the moment you tell them to dance within a team, they falter. These are people I like to call freestyle dancers. They're entertainers, right? They're mostly doing solo things, and they kill it. And they can even do like battles, you know what I'm saying? That's that type of dancer. Then there are professionally trained and skilled dancers that go to school. They've been trained in like various styles. They've gone for competitions. They've gone to, you know, actual like school for this. These are trained dancers who can pick up choreography, who can learn different styles, adapt to different styles, pick up different choreographies from different choreographers from different styles. Cool? But these dancers may not necessarily know how to choreograph. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Then there's some professional dancers who are able to now choreograph. With what they've been able to learn, they can now create innovative and creative sequences that become choreography that they teach other dancers to be performed. Cool? They're choreographers who can choreograph but aren't the strongest dancers, meaning their choreography looks better on other dancers than it does on them. That's not a bad thing. That's just how it is. There's certain trained dancers, like meaning they will kill your routine from A to Z, technique on point, point on point, attitude on point, shaku on point, everything on point, but they're very boring to watch. They're not entertaining, right? There are people who are not the strongest dancers, but they're very entertaining to watch. My thing is with these different steps. Oh, and there's one more. There are people who are great dancers, meaning they have technique down. They have choreography sick. Performance-wise, they're sick, but they cannot teach. Yes? They cannot teach. You have to be, they cannot break down moves. They do not have the patience enough to break down moves. They do not have the insight to think of creating pieces that both teach, but is also realistic for the level of people in the class that are coming to attend your classes, right? So these are things that you have to think about, right? Maybe you're getting choreographer's block, or your following isn't growing, or like you're not able to create viral or good choreography because you are focusing on something that you should not be focusing on. Maybe because you're not a choreographer. Or maybe because you're saying your classes are not growing. Maybe because you're not supposed to be a dance instructor. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to have this conversation with yourselves. Now, I'm not here to tell anyone, don't do anything. Whatever you decide, once you've decided what it is, you are. And obviously, you can be a hybrid. There are people who are strong dancers who can come up with choreography and who can teach. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But first, having that conversation with yourself, and constantly having that conversation with yourself. Because maybe 2-3 years from now, you may no longer have what it takes to be a dance instructor. Meaning within yourself, you may no longer have what it takes to be a dance instructor. So you have to look within yourself and constantly ask yourself this question. Who am I? What am I? And then you go from there. Now, if let's say you've decided, yes, I'm a choreographer, all you just have to do is continue to create. Continue to expose yourself to a lot of different things. Attend classes, attend workshops, put yourself out there, travel, collaborate with a lot of dancers from different styles. That would help you get a lot of different vocab and techniques and movement that can now help you interpret the music that you do hear. You understand what I'm saying? But first you have to ask yourself, what am I? Yeah? Now, so the question I have and I'm posing is this. Like we stated before, well, like I stated before, a dance instructor or a dance school can hire a choreographer to come in and teach the dancers a choreography. A dance instructor is hired, let's say by a dance school, to train the dancers. Cool? Totally different things. Choreographer comes in to teach a piece. A dance instructor is hired to teach them the technique and foundation of these different dances. So now when it comes to classes, do you guys feel like there are two different types of classes? There is a foundation class where you go in and learn the foundation of dance. But then there's also a choreography class where you can go in and learn a piece. What are classes? So I guess basically my question is, what are classes meant for? Is it just meant for breaking down technique? Or is it just meant for choreography? Or is it meant for both, where you both break down the technique and foundation of the style you're doing and teach choreography? Or is it one or the other? Or can they both exist? Or can they both exist separately, where you can go to one instructor to get technique and you can go to one instructor to get choreography, and both exist as classes? Or does it have to be a combination, or does it just have to be technique? Right? So that is my question to you. And also answering that, what would you consider the majority of Afro dance classes that you see out on the internet as? Are they choreography classes, or are they technique classes, or are they a combination of both? Yes? So that's my question to you guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. Again, this is just an opinionated episode, so definitely don't take this as me saying, oh no, don't go out there and be a choreographer, don't go out there and be a dancer. But I'm just telling you, before you make any step, and this is your career, you have to look within yourself. You have to look at what it is you're doing, right or wrong, and make evaluations. And I think the first step is to look within yourself and decide who you are, what it is you want to bring to the table, and then focus on that. And I feel like that will be the way where you can create and soar and be successful in the lane that is created for you. Yes? So like I said, please support the movement, Third World Crew Neck. The link is going to be down below. This is for the hustlers that come from third world nations and are still making, making a name for themselves, being successful, going after their dream, etc., etc. Again, I will be linking the articles in the description bar below if you want to go review the definitions, learn some more. Hopefully these links lead to other links. Yeah, and then you link. So yes, guys, please comment down below, answer the question, leave your feedback, leave any questions you may actually have. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, put on your push notifications so you're notified every week, and share the last 3 videos, guys. We're a month in. I'm so proud. Thank you guys so much again, and yeah, have a blessed one.